Good morning, everybody. Oh, apparently I'm still waking up. Um, Today we're going to do our recovery, and we're going to do a special technique called Myofascial Release. It may seem similar like foam rolling, but I'll talk more about that in there. So we're just going to do that for a bit. I'm going to mainly just target areas that I'm feeling today, and then I may talk about the campaign that's launching tomorrow, the fitness campaign, and kind of where we're going with all that. Um, yeah, well, just a nice, easy time on this Sunday morning. Mhm. So, what you'll need, um, we're going to do a combo of like longer, easy stretches, very much in the style of Yin Yoga, and then some release work just using tennis balls. So, if you got tennis balls, grab those. If you have actual massage balls, you can use those, but I like to make it simple. Oh, also, we're gonna still do a little bit of a workout today, so we'll get into it. We're gonna do armor up, and then we'll go into a weapons check. Basically, it's a chance to just play with your weapon, get a little strength, a little bit of cardio, and then we'll get into the release work. So, with all that said, starting a little late, let's hop into it. Today, as you're doing your armor up and your weapons check and stuff, really easy. Just on the recovery days, we still want to hit those things, but we don't want to feel like we need to like go all out. So we're gonna find that lunge position, talk that pelvis, find that stretch, and then you're gonna fold, stick the butt out to flatten it, maybe find that support, and just kind of rock and roll between all that. Inhale, come on up, tuck, maybe reach up. Exhale, hinge, fold. Switch sides. Nice and easy. Inhales. Oh, I didn't start the music. No wonder it sounds so quiet. So inhales and exhales. There we go. Little move. Hinge. If you're doing it without support, maybe you find that upper thigh, not the knee, but upper thigh. And remember, here, we're really focusing on that tuck to feel this in the front. We don't want to feel this in the low back. And then as we fold forward, the big thing is about keeping a bend in the knee and flattening that back up by sticking the butt out. Then straighten the leg, but don't go all the way to fully extend it. Try to keep a small bend. Inhale, exhale. All right, wide stance. Shift those hips back and sideways. Nice. All right, one more time each way. Good. And then we'll do those step overs again. Maybe you find some balance as you just work into those hips. And if you want to challenge the balance, since we're going a little bit slower, do the same leg. Oh, keep working those hips. Go ahead and just do a little hip circle. And the other way. Especially on this day, it's nice to do the armor up to like figure out what's really feeling tight and sore. For me, it's definitely my quads. For my legs, it's super tight. Now I know that, but you may be experiencing low back pain. And if we're tight in the front, it pulls on the back. So we're gonna really release the front there. Upper body, let's go. Inhale, open up. exhale and round, inhale, open up, exhale and round, inhale, open up, exhale and round. Oh, maybe you find a spot you like. I'm gonna stay there. All right. The side body stretch. Oh. And then maybe overhead. Good morning to you. Have I been through weight loss before? Me personally, my fitness journey started way back in like kind of high school. So this has been about 20 years. Have I helped people with weight loss? Yes. Go ahead and roll your shoulders. Some of the biggest weight loss was good. And let's go easy into this. So one of the biggest sort of results, I helped a gal lose 60 pounds. I helped another gal lose 40 pounds. This is all in about 6-ish months. Both of them had go ahead kicks. Had I would say extra obstacles. One, it turned out we didn't find this out until a year later that she had thyroid issues, and the other one had autoimmune disorders, several, lupus, now POTS, and so this wasn't these weren't people that were kind of your average obstacles, but they were dealing with some kind of extra up there. Good. Now just go ahead and do a little side to side. Yeah. Do you have any questions about weight loss? 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Into the arms. Let's just do easy with that kind of sort of sword warm up. Here we go. Thrust first. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other way. And then those little slashes. Other way. Last one. All right. So let's get into our little weapons check. The end of the way I'm going to use this is so I can kind of teach you some new or weapons, at least RPG fit style. Again, if you're new, I'm not saying this is self-defense. This is merely just finding a fun way to exercise. In terms of our weapons training, is it taken from some self-defense stuff? Yeah, but I'm not trying to teach you how to swing a sword to protect yourself. Today, let's play for combat. Let's go bare, unarmed. So we'll go more martial style versus or magic style. So we're just going to easily we're going to go through a minute of flow, 30 seconds of heavy, and 15 seconds of fast stuff. What's my best muscle? So I don't really train muscles. I don't do back, buys, days. So again, with flow and unarmed, it's going to be either more, you can go Tai Chi style, sort of almost like a throwing magic, or you can do kind of slow, easy shadow boxing. Yeah, I don't really train muscles. I train movements. So instead of thinking a back and buys day, every day is full day or full body, and instead of biceps, we're doing, I call it pulling, and we have rows, curls, pull downs, and in terms of specific muscles, there's probably muscles that I work that most people don't, because I'm trying to teach people how to really engage and improve their movement. So, long-winded answer, I don't have a favorite or best muscle. It's more on movements. Oh boy, lost my timer. Keep flowing. 3, 2, 1. Let's go heavy now. So let's go like jab, jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. All right, that's a little or a little like sequence. So we go jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Switch the other way. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. And we'll build that next time. Well, let's go 15 seconds just fast. Ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep it up. 9, 10. Go under. 3, 4, 5. Good. Little catch breath. Again, just something to wake the body up, and then we'll get into some recovery stuff. All right, let's go back into that flow. So this time, since last time I was kind of like really boxy, I'm going to think more magic monk. Again, just showing you what you can do with body weight. This is a nice little 5-minute training, and it's really free form play. I think one of the things that a lot of people have liked about or enjoyed about RPG Fit is that it's really about a sense of play with your fitness. So yes, we'll have like really laid out workouts and there's working hard, but there's also the sense of play. 20 more seconds. And that is where you really start to find fun in the movement and new abilities. Alright, we're going to go to heavy. So for this, since I'm like focusing on magic casting, I'm going to go for a little bit just faster. Now these are some of the animal flow or flow skills that we'll work on in the second adventure. So not this next adventure that's about to happen tomorrow. Start tomorrow. 3, 2, 1. Go fast. It's just like you're throwing stuff. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and roll those hips. We'll just do a little bit of cardio conditioning check and go from there. All right, so the same format, 1 minute. So let's go ahead and find that cruise. Find it, inhale, maybe you're starting to just do a little bit of footwork. Easy peasy. Today's Sunday recovery day. No need to go hard. And then maybe go out, in, out, out. Nice and loose. Here's a fun one. So it's step forward, step back. Boom. This is a very capoeira step, now that I think about it. Alright, we're going to be going to hard. And for this, just kind of pick up the pace. 3, 2, 1, go. If you can, especially on today, focus on Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to go fast. For this one, I'm just going to jog in place fast. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, we'll catch your breath and we'll do one more round of that. So that was a more kind of just running in place version. If you're outside or you got room, and I'll even do it in here, kind of traveling, covering distance. So here we go. Let's get started with the last round of this active stuff, and then we're going to go into recovery. Make it real simple and easy today. Let's do it. A minute. So you could either be walking back and forth. Remember, we have 3 paces: cruise, rush, and max out. And so cruise is something you can do while you walk and talk, like having a conversation with a friend. You can answer in full sentences and talk. And then I'll start walking backwards so you can see that. Rush is something that you can do where you're working and you're breathing heavy, but you can still talk, but you're going to be talking in phrases. And then lastly, your max out is going to be all breathing, no talking. So if you get to those intensities today, cool. If not, it's a recovery day. All right, here we go. Let's go to a rush in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I'm just gonna pop. Just picking up the pace a little bit. Again, focus on that in through the nose, out through the mouth. Or in through the nose, out through the nose. The T1000. Here we go. In 5 seconds, you're going to speed it up. 2, 1, go. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. A little bit of strength, a little bit of cardio. Let's cool off. So like I said, today we're going to be doing a myofascial release. We're going to do a combo of yin yoga and foam rolling. I don't want to start today for me. Let's start with the basic stretches. So first stretch, as we cool down, catch our breath, called the sink stretch. You can do, it's basically downward dog, but standing up. So if you like, have something to support yourself, or you can go to the ground. But anyways, you're going to find yourself in a slight plank if you're standing, or a full plank if you're on the ground. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to stick your hips back and fold. Oh. From here, go ahead and swing those hips side to side. Should be feeling a bit of a stretch in the back of the legs, maybe the shoulders. If it doesn't feel good, feels painful, you can always back off. You can place your hands a little bit lower if it's too much on the shoulders. But otherwise, really look for that kind of hanging. Cool. So again, that sink stretch is one of my favorites to teach people because usually downward dog is not quite easy. But this feels really good. Releasing the low back, stretching the legs. For me, I want to stick my legs a little bit farther back. And if this was super secure, I can put my legs closer and I can kind of hang more and get a little more decompression of the spine. Good stretch in the shoulders. This is another way to modify it, just bend the elbows. Oh, okay. So the next stretch I want to show you, probably easiest to do with a sturdy chair. And this is going to be good for the hips. Now this is probably high. So oftentimes if I teach people like if they have limitations or if they're a bit larger, then bringing their foot all the way up this high is a little troublesome. So I get like a step, like a stair. Stairs with stair rails is perfect. But I'll show you on the chair. Again, make sure you're not going to fall. This thing's kind of wiggly, so it's not the best. But I'm going to put one leg up. I'm going to lean in to the middle, and the goal is not just to see how far I can reach with my hands with a rounded back. It is to maintain a flat back and fold, or I like to say hinge, at my hip. So I'm really leading with my heart. Good. I'll often ask people what their favorite superhero is, and I want you to picture, or you can make up your own superhero emblem. You want to lead with that. You're not shoving it in people's faces, but you can't hide it. So you just need to be good posture. So we're kind of just going to hang out here in the center. Put a slight bend in this back knee so it's not locked out. If you're able to, you can reach down, but that's again why I like the chairs. I can put my hand up here, kind of help support. If you are, I would call this, so I have my 3 difficulties. This is probably the adventure level. For Explorer, what you would just do is maybe find something to support yourself as you fold into the center of both legs. And then for Heroics, you can go all the way down. So if you're pretty flexible, going to the ground's good. You're just going to come down. You're going to do this in the center here. I'll come back to the chair. Because honestly, even though I can do the floor, this feels really good. I kind of feel like sometimes I can get in deeper. From here, now that you've hung out for a little bit, you're going to stick your butt back and forward. You're going to kind of rock in and out of this. Maintaining that chest nice and low, but just sliding the hips back and forward. Good. Now that we've done that, what you're going to do is you're going to find support for if your right leg is up like mine, your left hand. You're going to take that other hand, you're going to place it on the knee. Make sure the knee is above the ankle, and you're going to start to twist. Opening or twisting into it, as long as it's okay in your back. You may find a different spot in the hip is better, but mainly I want you to be able to twist your hips into the stretch. So back is cool, but try to drive that bottom hip into the stretch. I'm looking to stretch your this area of your body, but on the other side. So if I switch, really trying to feel it right here, somewhere around here. I'm going to really twist my hips into it. If it feels good, I can lower my hand. Maybe find that arm. And then, same side of the leg, I'm going to reach open. Again, don't hurt yourself. And then I'm going to reach through. If you've done yoga, I don't know what stretch this is, but this is sort of like thread the needle. Inhale, open up. Exhale and round. Good. Been here for a while, huh? Yeah, it's kind of the point. Oh. Good. And now this time you're going to kind of reach across the leg. I'm going to stay low. Ins and outs. Good. Back to center one final time. Fold, maybe extend. And go ahead, pull that leg off, stand up, feel the difference. Cool. Other side. Again, find your level, ground, seated, standing with the chair. First, just fold in the center. You may play with where your foot is. Farther back, the closer it's going to be like doing it on the ground. Maybe you start to do those extensions. Nice and easy. So now again, find that support, maybe the hands down, maybe it's up, but you're going to start to turn those hips into it. Nice and easy. We're just looking for a gentle stretch today. We're not trying to break your body. We're trying to open it up. And yeah, add that arm. Inhale and reach. Exhale, hands down. Now we're going to go across the body. So what you can also do is walk the foot towards the opposite side. So I'm on my left foot, so I walked it to the right. Just going to step and then try to push that knee out. When in doubt, push the knee out. Maybe. Most times. Yeah, you never want the knee falling in. If anyone is trying to do pigeon pose is your legs like this, but you're like on the ground, or setting it up on top of a bed or something. This is kind of the prep work and a good way to get into those same spots. So again, fold, lead with that heart. One final stretch here in the center. And work your way out. Alright, so that was the back side of the hips. How much time we got? Let's go for, I really want to hit the quads. I'm going to start with some release work with tennis balls. So this is going to be very simple. I'm going to teach you some of my basic techniques. We'll use these on, what's it called? On our foam rolling day. But the difference is, today we're really going to think about finding a spot of soreness and just kind of hanging out there and really letting time take care of it. So this is where I can chat for you because we're going to be laying down. You're going to take this ball. If laying down and going to the ground is not good, you can use a wall. So you're going to just do exactly the same techniques I do, but instead of laying down on the ball, you're just going to take it and press it into the wall. And this takes a little more effort because you got to lean. It's best if we can kind of really relax and let gravity do the work. But I also understand if going to the ground doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it. Do what feels best for your body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that ball. I'm going to place it. I'm going to start off in the middle of my quad. And I'm just going to look for any soreness. And if once I find some soreness, I'm just going to hang out there. Or I'm going to look for a big fat knot and go right up to the edge of it. So you don't want to go on the knot, you want to go right next to it and then start releasing. And by releasing, I will talk more about that. Ooh, my laundry's done. So I should also say that on the ground is going to be way more intense than against the wall. So if this is unbearable, then go to the wall. The trick to this is you have to relax. So if it's so painful that you're like grating your teeth to get through it, it's not going to do what it needs to do. We're going to be here for a while. 5 minutes. So my wife does myofascial release, a specific style of manual therapy, the body work, whatever you want to call it. And her big thing is, or one of the main tenets of it is that you need to be on a stretch or applying slight pressure, real light pressure, to an area for like 5 minutes to have lasting results. And so that's kind of our goal today, is to leave you with some lasting release tension. Now I'm propped up because I'm trying to look at you, but best if I just lay down, and I recommend you just laying down and resting your head. All right. Oh. Fight the urge to move like I just did. Relax. And I'll talk about what's going to start tomorrow. So starting tomorrow is a launch of an RPG Fit campaign, Lissaden. This one's fantasy, and that's a lot of fun. I took a group through it in the first iteration of RPG Fit about 2-3 years ago. It was during the pandemic. And I've been building and changing and updating since. So I think it's going to be fun for those who have already done it, because it'll be new in terms of the fitness. Story will be similar. Let me explain. So the idea behind RPG Fit is basically turning D&D combining D&D and fitness. And so it is a fitness program that is driven by a story. So you could either come in and just ignore the story and just do the workouts, be great. Or if the story sense kind of helps, it's mainly there for those people who are just not into fitness and sort of want to be distracted. And so the story does that. It's like, instead of like, all right, we're going to do 10 squats now. It's like, okay, you have, 10 people are attacking you, and you need to duck under their attacks. Or, all right, we're going to work on core now, so you're going to do dead bug, and then you're going to do bird dogs. It's like, all right, so now we're going to do dead bug because we got to crawl through this tunnel. And then after that, we're going to have to stay off the ground, so we got to use bird dog and like reach out for the key, stuff like that. So, people really liked it. They had a lot of fun. You also are building a character based off your goals, so it's like kind of that imaginative creative play. You're here for 3 minutes. If it really feels like you are not feeling anything, like the soreness has gone away, just slightly shift a little bit. Find a new spot of soreness and just relax there. So in a single year, or a year is a campaign. The campaign is made up of 3 adventures. Each adventure is 16 weeks, or 4 quest chains with 4 bosses. And a quest chain is basically a week. Each week has 3 workouts and 3 recoveries, or 3 quests. You want to think about the workouts are like the time where you're going to work hard and in a sense break your body down, because that's what we do when we exercise. And then you have your recovery day, is like the day that you get your upgrades and your loot and you get to actually apply it. So we're going to kind of alternate between those two, working out and recovery, or questing and fighting monsters and applying upgrades. Maybe roll. Find a new spot. And good. Switch sides. So before you switch or place the ball, I want you to just lay on both quads and see how it feels. For me, I'm finding a new tough spot, but where I had that ball, it's like melted like butter. So I'm going to find the same thing on the other quad. Oh. Find that area of soreness and relax. In through the nose, out through the mouth. With every inhale, fill up, breathe into that area. Every exhale, try to like melt it or relax. Start to do a bit of like a body scan, searching your body and seeing if there's any areas of holding, tension, and try to let those go. Big inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. Thinking about character creation, so I'll talk about character creation. So creating your character is going to be really based on kind of like largely your goal, and we'll prioritize. We'll kind of like simplify it, and then we'll expand. Or if you want to think about it one way, you're going to have a primary class, and then you can easily add secondary classes to your character. So the first thing to ask yourself is like, what is your main goal? And to make it simple, do you want to be able to move better, or what's more important to you? To be able to move better, to get stronger, or I call it fight harder, but you want to think about like work hard and work long. Basically keep going. And based on those three, that tells you if you want to move better, your main class is dexterity. If you want to get stronger, your main class is strength. And if your main goal is to be able to fight harder, boost your endurance and stamina, then conditioning is your character, or your main class. And that tells you slightly kind of like what workouts or ability checks in those workouts are most kind of important for you. But the people get the most results that do all of the checks. So sure, you could skip around, but you're going to be missing out. And just like any character in a game, if they're this is actually one area where it kind of differs, where in games you can really get very focused and specific in terms of your character stats and like abilities, because you're usually in a team that kind of balances it out. This is your body, and so you really want to have a balance. So I highly encourage everybody to do all the checks, not skip around. Right now it's very railroady, but maybe down the line I'll be able to create more of a game where you can really choose what you're doing. 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and come off that quad. Oh, that quad could have taken 10 more minutes. Oh. Again, just kind of roll it out, see how it feels. I think we're going to call it there today in terms of this stuff. So what do we do today? We did our sort of daily armor up, weapons check, and travel check. Did those kind of things. We did the unarmed combat, both kind of melee based as well as magic, and then we did our myofascial release, at least first ones, that long lunge stretch, or I call it a deep lunge stretch, and as well as rolling out the quads. So we focused a lot on the legs and hips today, but that's what I'm feeling. So maybe next time we'll hit that body. Otherwise, yeah. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. Otherwise, I'm going to call this recovery done and head out to the real world. So, catch you on tomorrow's adventure.